Hey, what's up everybody? Working on a new project today. I'm actually going to be smoothing out a Galoob prototype of the diamond stud. Here's a cast of a figure I actually bought recently. As you can tell, it's a pretty good cast of the diamond stud, one of the Galoob prototypes. And today I just got to do a little bit of cleanup on him. Just to kind of smooth out a little bit of the imperfections, if you can kind of see that. And then I'll resize him. As you can tell, he's a little bit bigger than the original Galoobs that were released. So today, it's a prototype diamond stud.
Print Fury Customs. Contact the man himself, Kevin Pelkey, on Facebook. Print Fury Customs. You won't be sorry.
All right, so here we've got the diamond stud pulled up, and you can see the scan did pick up a few imperfections that I'll, again, kind of work through. Kind of a quick, easy video today, more so to just kind of introduce the project that I'm working on. I do, in fact, have all of the Galoob prototypes, so I will be making copies of all of them. I'll start in Galoob size and then kind of work my way up. Maybe if there's enough interest, I'll turn them into LJN size. But I did have a couple of questions that I wanted to get answered. First one being the type of computer that I use. So I just wanted to kind of share that. And I actually use just an Alienware laptop. And it's an Alienware M15. It's probably about a year old now, just over a year. Ryzen 7 processor with a separate graphics card, and then 16 gigabytes of RAM. So not super intensive, but I've had a lot of questions about lag and what everybody uses in comparison to mine. So if you are getting lag, especially on imports, or actually plane cuts seem to be the big thing that everybody seems to be complaining about as far as lag goes. Could just be dedicated RAM, could be the graphics card, could be the processor. So if you are experiencing some of the lag, you might be able to look at increasing a few of those stats there. So we'll get into just kind of a quick smooth out of this figure here. So I'm just going to use a couple of brushes today. Probably shrink smooth and bubble smooth and robust smooth. I'll start kind of off with the robust and just shrink size down a little bit. 30 should be a good starting point, and just kind of smooth these out, these little imperfections here. Try not to get too much into the detail. Just kind of smooth these out. As you can see, this cast I picked up was actually pretty detailed, pretty awesome. So not a whole lot of fix needs to go into these, but I did want to make them as nice as possible when I put them out. So we'll just go through, smooth these out. I haven't been making a whole lot of figures lately. I've actually been spending a lot of time outdoors playing disc golf. Real good hobby if you guys are into that. And with the weather that we've had lately here in Maine, it's been hard not to get out there and play as much as possible. Still kind of a beginner. Still trying to learn the hyzer throws and everything else. So it's been real fun but challenging. Smooth off these boots a little bit. Knee pads look good. Continue to work this out here. Each leg did kind of get some bubbling, some dents. So just a few things here. I probably won't make a video on the entire series, the entire Galoob prototype series, as I'm sure this video isn't particularly the most educational nor entertaining for everybody, but you know, I wanted to get at least a video or two of some of the figures, so you can kind of see what's going to be coming out and what I'll have available for everybody. So I'm not going to do a whole lot here as far as changing the actual figure. I'm going to try to keep it pretty true to form, pretty true to what the Galoob prototypes looked like, but just wanted to clean them up. You know, as a 3D printed figure, they'll come out with a little bit of imperfections on first print, and I'll spend a lot of time sanding them down and getting them ready for paint. Hoping to have a full series painted soon, so you can kind of see the finished product. If you haven't seen what the Galoob prototypes look like, you certainly can Google the Galoob prototypes and get a feel for them all. In a few minutes I'll show you all the figures that I've got, so you can kind of get an idea of kind of what's to come. Just cleaning up some of this noise, I guess you would call it, from the scan, smoothing it off. This figure's got some pretty impressive detail, especially on the upper side, the muscle definition. He'll make a pretty awesome custom if I ever decide to make a custom out of him, or just leave him dedicated for the Diamond Stud. Diamond Stud, as you know, was Scott Hall's original. Well, maybe not original. I mean, I think he came in to the business as Scott Hall back in the AWA days. I'm sure there's some folks out there that know the history probably better than I do of Scott Hall. I know I've seen some pictures of him and Kurt Hennig early in the days, and Shawn Michaels really early in the days. Does have the ring here on his finger, which is pretty cool. I'll leave that detail. Not a whole lot to work on the front here, just kind of smoothing out the abs, smoothing out those pieces there. Again, not a whole lot of lesson to be had here as far as what I'm actually doing, but again, just kind of going through a quick smooth. I'm actually almost done here. Pretty satisfied with the way the scan came out. There's not a whole lot of fixes here. A couple mold marks there that I'll just kind of touch up. This robust smooth is a real nice, delicate smooth. It doesn't hack in. The strength of it is not super strong. Just enough to smooth out the noise and get it ready for print. I'll resize him in my printing software. I use ChuChuBox. If you guys ever have any questions about the actual 3D printing process, feel free to hit me up. I use ChuChuBox. I'll resize him to scale there. Probably make him pretty close to like Sid Vicious size and height. Sid had quite a squat to him, so he'll probably actually end up being a little taller than the Sid fig, just due to this stance on this one. Smooth out the detail here on the glasses. Try not to take any detail. There wasn't a whole lot of detail, looks like, on his head here. Hairline, I should say. I know there's a lot of people out there excited for me to get these out, and already had some interested buyers. So if you do want one of these, hit me up. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Print Fury Customs. You can find me there. Message me. Pretty quick to respond. Pretty quick to get orders printed and get them out to everybody. So if you do want a copy of this, painted or unpainted, I'm happy to provide either one. If you've seen some of my finished work, Alan Carpenter does a lot of the painting for me. He can lay down a pretty smooth finished look on the figs. So that's that pretty much. Not a whole lot more I want to really do to that. In Meshmixer anyway. If you guys seen some of my previous videos, you know I use Meshmixer. It's a free software. There are definitely more robust softwares out there for 3D sculpting, 3D design, ZBrush, Blender. I've used both. I do appreciate what both have to offer, but it just necessarily wasn't something I was picking up super fast. I feel like Meshmixer is an easy one to kind of pick up and be able to sculpt, cut, add parts, move parts, and get done pretty quickly. I could have a figure start to finish nowadays with experience in about an hour, maybe a little longer depending on the amount of cuts and details that I'm going to put in. As you can tell, this one was a pretty quick assignment. Not a whole lot doing here. Just kind of smoothing it out and getting it ready. I'll put this in the printer today. Have my first copy, and I'll try to share that. So, all that being said, hopefully you guys are excited about the Galoob prototypes. Let me go ahead and show you some of the other protos that I've got available to me. This will probably be the next one I work on. This is the Ricky Morton prototype figure. Pretty awesome fig. Pretty cool stance. That'll make a good custom figure. I could probably even do a head swap, removing Morton's head and putting Gibson's head on there. I think that would be a pretty cool tag team. Next up, PN News. A copy of him there. Details of his paint are actually embedded in there. So this is one I'll get scanned in and fixed up as well. They did make a tag team Freebird version with the robes. These ones need a little bit of work on the robes as far as smoothing out some of the details. These will get done hopefully in the near future. Robed version of the Nature Boy, 16-time champion Ric Flair. This one's got a lot of detail in the robe. I assume a lot of those bumps are intended on being there. But there's the Nature Boy. And then this figure here. I'll get him done. I've actually got the axe to go along with it. I think he was intended actually holding the axe. I'll set it up as an accessory to go along with it, or just to stand him by himself. So if you can leave a note in the comments. Anybody that remembers his name off the top of my head, I completely forgot. I should know better. I know it was Billy Jack Haynes' WCW gimmick. The name escapes me. So if you remember, please add it to the comments below. And as always, please subscribe, please like, and probably put together another video today. And we'll kind of see what happens. Anyways, thanks guys. Have a wonderful day.